Hi everybody, it's Leslie with Color with Diamonds. Two of the most frequently asked questions we get in our Facebook group are how to frame your completed diamond paintings and also how to seal them properly. Today's video will be an experiment using 6 different types of sealing products and to compare the differences in each of them. So stay tuned and let's get started. So here's the diamond painting that we will be experimenting on with the different types of sealing products. As you can see, it is extremely sparkly, and we definitely don't want to lose that sparkle and shine. So that's my primary goal, is to make sure that we still keep the sparkle, but yet we get the surface nice and firmly sealed. So let's go ahead and get it prepped. The first thing we're going to do is you need to use like a soft bristled brush. I just have a toothbrush here that I got from the dollar store. It was a 2-pack, and it's just a soft bristle brush. So we're going to do that and gently brush the surface. And this is to remove any pet hair or dirt and debris that may have accumulated in the crevices while you were doing your diamond painting. Okay, now that it's been brushed pretty much free and clear of all the dirt and debris and pet hair and whatnot, now let's go ahead and make sure that those drills are firmly pressed down. Now what I use is I have a rolling pin that I like to use. It is metal, and I definitely would like to try to get one that is more of like a rubber surface so that it's less damaging to the drills. But I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So I'm going to still use this. It still serves the same purpose. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and gently press, gently roll over the drills and make sure that they're firmly pressed down into place. And what's lovely about doing this process is a lot of times you'll hear it kind of snap and crunch into place, which is, I find, extremely satisfying. That I like to call it snaptastic. I'm just going to give it one more roll through here. Make sure we get that middle part really good. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and section off the canvas into 6 different sections so that we can see and compare how the different products work side by side with each other. What I'm going to do is section off the top part, and we're going to leave that unfinished so we can see how it looks compared to the sealed sections. So let me go ahead, and what I'm using is some duct tape. It's Duck brand craft tape that I got from Walmart, and this is really helpful to use as well while you're diamond painting. You can put it on the edges. As you can see, they're pretty sticky right on the edge here, so that's really helpful that when you're diamond painting you just put it on the edge, and it keeps you and all the other dirt and debris and pet hair and whatnot from sticking to the edge of your canvas. All right, so let's go ahead and section it off. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. We have our, these are the 6 sections that we're going to be working with for sealing products. And then we're just going to leave this top section unfinished so that we can compare it and see if it's still as sparkly as it is right now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show you which products we got for sealing. We did get a variety of different products. This is by Art Minds Decoupage Glue Sealer. This is one of the products that we'll be using here. Okay. And then the next one that I got was this, it's by ALEEN'S, and it's Acrylic Sealer Gloss Finish. It's a spray. Alrighty. And then I also got a Super Gloss Mod Podge. This is a pretty popular product, so we wanted to make sure to include that in our experiment. Another product that we got was also by ALEEN'S, a clear gel tacky glue. And then I also got this Beacon FABRI-TAC permanent adhesive clear glue. And then last but not least, another popular product with our group members is this Tombow Aqua Glue. So as you can see, kind of in the first 3 sections, we're going to be doing more of a decoupage type sealing products. And then on the bottom 3, we're going to do more of like clear glue type sealing products. And so we'll be able to compare like products by like products side by side and see the differences in those. So let's go ahead and get set up here. So what I want to go ahead and do is make sure to mark which square has which product here. So let me do that. Okay. So this one is going to be 1. This one will be 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Okay, so what I did is I wrote down each of the products that are going to go in each of the squares, and I numbered the squares so that I know which product went into which square, so that we could make sure to keep track of them properly. And what I did is, this I got from the dollar store. It's a 8-pack of brushes and foam brushes, and so that we can definitely use that as an option. But then I also got this. It was with the Mod Podge, and it's a neat little sealing brush. So I think I'm going to start with that one here. Now I got from the dollar store this really cool little mini paint set tray, and it came with a brush and a roller, gloves, and the little tray. And that's a great option too, to use for sealing your products. And it was only $1 for the whole kit. I thought that was neat. But for today's experiment, I'm going to use some Dixie cups. In square 1, we're going to use this Art Minds Decoupage Glue Sealer Gloss Finish. And let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So it's a pretty thick Elmer's glue-like texture. And let's go ahead and get started. So it goes on nice and thick and white, so you can really see where the product is going down. I definitely like that. So you make sure not to miss any spots. And I'm just kind of going in both directions so I can make sure that it goes down into the crevices. Now, a lot of people ask, is it necessary to seal your diamond paintings? And there's a lot of mixed opinions on it. I personally feel that if a painting is going underneath glass, like in a glass frame, that it doesn't really necessarily need to be sealed because I feel like it's protected enough and I really don't want to risk losing the sparkle of the diamonds. However, as part of our framing series that will be coming out shortly, there are a couple of framing options that have the painting exposed, so they're not under glass, and it probably would be a really good idea to go ahead and seal those just to make sure that your drills are firmly placed down and that you don't have to worry about them falling apart over time. So it's kind of your preference what you want to do, if you want to seal your paintings or not. Okay, so that was really easy to do. And as you can see, it it's got a cloudy surface, so it looks pretty saturated there, and we're gonna go ahead and let that dry. Now, I poured way too much product. It used very little, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and pour that back into the container and make sure not to waste any. Okay, so I'm going to save the spray sealer for the last square to experiment on so that these other squares have time to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to go wash my brush and we'll get started with the next product. Okay, so I've washed and dried my brush, and the next product we're going to do is this Super Gloss Mod Podge. And I know this is a really popular one with a lot of people. So we'll see how that turns out. Now, just so you guys know, I actually picked up these two bottles of Mod Podge at the dollar store. One is a matte finish and one is a gloss luster finish. So I'll be curious to see how these look, but we'll be doing that on a future painting to see the differences in our dollar store Mod Podge. But I'm so excited that they actually carry this product. And I see that it's water-based. So a lot of people add water to their Mod Podge when they seal their products. And because it's water-based, it should be fine to go ahead and thin out your Mod Podge with a little bit of water if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna shake this up. And it's sealed. Sealed pretty good actually, so okay, so it definitely has a very thick texture to it. It seems a little more opaque than the first product that we used. Okay. All right, so this is the Mod Podge Super Gloss that we're going to add. It's very thick. Very, very thick. And it's a lot harder to see where I'm placing it. The only way I can really tell is it looks wet. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and waste not, want not, pour the excess back into the container. It's very thick. I shall clean my brush and be right back. Okay, so the next product that we're going to try is our clear gel tacky glue from ALEEN'S. That's this product right here. And it has a tip that you can cut off the top and pour the glue. So let's go ahead and try that. Now I was curious to see how this brush would do. I got that from my pack of brushes and foam brushes that I got from the dollar store. So let's go ahead and give that a try. And I'm just gonna squeeze on a generous amount of glue here. It's very clear. And let's see how it spreads. Okay, so it's very, very thick, and it's a little difficult to see because it is clear. It's got a very strong odor, I will tell you that much. I'm wondering if this would be more appropriate to actually seal as you go if you're having difficulty with popping drills, or if you have an area on your canvas that isn't sticky. This may be more appropriate for that kind of situation. So far, I'm not happy with how this is spreading, but maybe the end result will be good. Now, as far as using this foam brush, I think I definitely prefer the bristle brush a little bit better because I feel like it gets into the grooves a bit more than this foam brush. Okay, I can't be for certain, but I do believe that I got all the sections. It's a little difficult to tell. Okay, so that was the ALEEN'S Clear Gel Tacky Glue. I think I'm going to go back to using the brush, as I seem to find that a little bit easier to apply, but this next product is our FABRI-TAC Permanent Adhesive. And it also has the tip that you can cut off and pour, but I think I'm just going to pour it straight on. Okay, again, just like the last product, it's very, very thick, very clear. So let's see how it spreads with the brush. Very tacky. Again, it's got a very, very strong odor to it. If you're sensitive to chemicals or fragrances, this may not be a good choice for you. It's very stringy. I'm definitely not liking the application process for this product at all. Okay, I'm not confident that that's going to turn out well, but we shall see. I'm going to clean my brush and be right back. Okay, so I just got done cleaning my Mod Podge brush, and I would definitely say that it nearly destroyed it, and it's still got some clumps in there. The glue, it does not work well with this kind of brush. And this brush was fairly expensive. I think it was like $2 or $3. So if you prefer the glue type adhesives, then I would say use a cheap brush that you're going to only use once and throw away afterwards. Save these nice ones for your Mod Podge type sealing products. So that was a lesson that I learned very quickly here. Okay, so what we're going to do then is go ahead and use another brush to apply the Tombow glue. That's our last one, the Tombow Aqua Glue. Now I know a lot of people have been pretty happy with this product. I have heard some people say that it may yellow over time. So you may want to keep that in mind if this is a product that you're wanting to use. So there's two tips. There's a thick end and then a more pointed end. So I'm obviously going to use the thick end since we're trying to do a larger section here. And I'm not sure if it'll just apply using this end or if I need the brush. Yeah, so I'm thinking I need the brush. So I'm just going to kind of pour it on here. I can tell already that it's definitely a lot more fluid than the other two glue type products. It's not as thick and goopy. Oh, and it applies much nicer. It actually feels a lot more like the Mod Podge type sealing products. It is clear. So you just have to be really careful to make sure that you get it applied on the entire surface here. Applies much easier than the other two for sure. The fumes aren't near as strong with this product either. The first two were extremely strong, very chemical smelling. And maybe that's because they're meant for an entirely different purpose. And I'm just going to kind of go over it line by line just to make sure that I got every spot, because it is a little more difficult to see where you applied it. Okay, I can definitely say out of these bottom three, the application process with the Tombow glue was so much easier than the other two, so that already gains bonus points in my opinion. Okay, so the last one that we have is the spray, and I saved that for last because I wanted to kind of give these others a chance to dry a little bit before I did that. But as you can see, they're still pretty wet, so I'm just going to use something to kind of block off that area. Okay, so I just cut up a piece of cardboard that I'm just going to use to kind of block off the other areas that have already been sealed here. And let's go ahead and try the ALEEN'S Acrylic Sealer Gloss Finish. It's very strong. You're definitely going to want to do this in a well-ventilated area. Open up some windows if you can, or maybe the garage. I'm just getting the outsides first here, and then I'll go on in the insides. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. It's hard to tell, but that looks pretty good. It looks pretty saturated. Okay, so that is all 6 sections that now have been sealed. And just to go over them again, let's see here. Okay, so the top section is not sealed at all. That was just left unfinished so that we can compare it. Section 1 is our Art Minds Decoupage Glue Sealer Gloss Finish. Section 2 was our ALEEN'S Acrylic Sealer Gloss Finish. Section 3 is the Mod Podge Super Gloss. Section 4 is the ALEEN'S Clear Gel Tacky Glue. Section 5 is the FABRI-TAC Permanent Adhesive. And then Section 6 is the Tombow Aqua Glue. So we're going to give that some time to dry, and then we'll peel off the tape and compare the differences. Stay tuned.